This story would begin at the end of the battle against Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, because due to the incredible power that Gogeta had used to defeat Broly, he'd been able to create a great portal in the sky which he would notice staring at it. Well, apparently I've used so much power that I've been able to crack space-time, but just like in the fight I had used against Black Goku, it should be closed now. Gogeta would turn around, but at the moment, a gigantic power was perceived behind her while the fusion had likewise come to an end. So Goku and Vegeta got into battle-ready pose for combat. It's a gigantic power! I can't believe the power this new warrior exudes! But we don't know if it's a friend or an enemy, because if he's an enemy, we'll have to merge again, since his power completely overshadows us. From the dimensional rift, a warrior identical to Goku would be observed, but his clothing was of a green color, while he did not possess any divine essence. What happened? I was training in the Celestial Dragon Realm. How was I able to do this place? Goku would be surprised to see a warrior identical to himself, but at the same time his essence was different since the timeline that the god Beerus hadn't awakened from his long sleep because mortals weren't able to get access to the state of a god. Who are you? And why do you look like me? Do you want to destroy the planet Earth? Wow, so this planet is equally called Earth as my planet. This must be an alternate reality, or it could be a different timeline. Goku AF would only think about all this, but he would be taken out of his thoughts by the Prince of the Saiyans. We've asked you a question. If you don't answer, that means you're an enemy more, so we cannot allow it. And this time, we'll eradicate you. Vegeta was accessing Super Saiyan 2, but when he tried to hit Goku, AF was able to dodge the blow without difficulty, leaving them both surprised. How was he able to dodge Vegeta's fist if he's in his base state while Vegeta's transformed? That was lucky, but right now, I'm planning to finish with you, you worm. Good for nothing, I'm the Prince of the Saiyans. Vegeta, angrier, would pounce against him, but to surprise him, the Goku AF was able to dodge and block each of his blows, and it would irritate the Prince of the Saiyan much more, since an identical warrior to his rival was able to face him without transforming. I must admit, you have a bit of talent, but how about this? The Prince of the Saiyans would begin to access the Super Saiyan God state, which surprised Goku AF because he stopped feeling his energy completely. However, he was able to perceive that a great pressure was falling all over his body. What is this pressure? It has similarity with the environment of the Dragon Kingdom. Vegeta at a great speed was able to make him a big blow, which on this occasion was able to make him spit blood, which would leave him surprised. Since it had caused hundreds of years since a warrior had been able to hurt him, Goku AF would fall to a part of a glider, destroying the small part of the terrain. What did you think of that? You think you can cope with my Saiyan God state? I can tell you don't possess the power of a god, so you won't stand a chance against me. Saiyan God? What kind of transformation's that? I haven't heard of a transformation with that name, but I don't have to trust myself since I'm not able to feel its power. Goku AF would stand up, he'd begin to raise his power in a great way, leaving those present surprised, as he had only been able to access the Super Saiyan, but the power he emanated was incredible. You have been able to make him transform into my first form, so I must give you credit, since it's been hundreds of years since I've accessed this power. Can't believe the power to release, but after the power of a god, you can't do anything against me. Both warriors crossed glances, throwing themselves to attack while Goku stared at Goku's way of fighting AF, realizing it was a similar style to his. The power that this warrior possesses is incredible, and as far as I can tell, he's not an imposter like Black Goku was. Goku AF was able to connect a huge blow on Vegeta's stomach, throwing him with incredible power, destroying everything around him, while Goku was staring at the place where Vegeta had fallen. Hell, apparently I've overdone it with the power I've used. Hope I hadn't ended his life. Haha, you're wrong if you think Vegeta was defeated with a single blow, since he also possesses incredible stamina. A big blue aura would expand from that place. That's right, Vegeta would start accessing the Super Saiyan Blue state, so the pressure that fell on Goku AF's body was much bigger, but nothing he couldn't master. I can tell that your power has increased again, since the pressure that falls on my body is much greater, so I'll also increase my power. Goku AF would access Super Saiyan 3, but despite being crazy, he wasn't able to compare the power of the Saiyan Prince, since Vegeta was an incredible speed, was able to deal a big blow to his stomach, sending him flying, but at that speed he'd hold him by his head, dragging him down some mountains, and with a strong kick, he'd send him flying, causing an explosion. Doesn't matter that you use Super Saiyan 3, that's your limit. So you won't be able to do anything against me, then we'll be able to have the super of the power of ordinary Saiyans. I've been able to reach each of his punches, but my body's been slow. As I've not been able to react, the Super Saiyan 3 won't be able to do anything against him. So you better talk, because with the next blow, I'll be able to end your life once and for all. Haha, I'd like to see that. Try to finish alive. Furious Goku would pounce against Goku AF, but when he was about to hit him, an overwhelming power would be able to make him retreat, and Goku was dragged a few meters because this time the power of Goku AF that was being released was this time able to access the Super Saiyan State 4. So from a great light, Goku AF would be observed in his Super Saiyan State 4, for which Goku and Vegeta were completely amazed since the power he released was crazy. They didn't know there was a transformation beyond Super Saiyan 3. I can tell by your expressions you have no knowledge about Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 4, that's crazy! But I'm not interested. As long as you don't possess divine energy, you won't be able to do anything against us. I want you to try, because with this power, I've been able to defeat an angel, a being who was able to wipe out galaxies with simple thought. Goku AF would stare at Vegeta, giving him millions of blows with the naked eye. That's right, his visual power had increased, so they were able to release air attacks, which were invisible, sending Vegeta flying very badly injured. Wow, the power of the Super Saiyan 4 is capable of even the maximum power of the Super Saiyan Blue! I can't believe it! Vegeta would try to stand up, but he'd lose his Super Saiyan Blue status, fall to the ground, defeated and out of combat. I can tell you have incredible power, but you won't beat me so easily, because right now I plan to use all my power from the beginning. That's an honor for me. Since you use all your power from the beginning of the battle, it gives me an understanding one thing. You're afraid of my power, since both you and I always test the power of our enemies. I must admit that your power leaves me surprised, but I have been able to face a much more powerful war than you, so I have nothing to fear. Goku would access Super Saiyan Maximum Blue. Without exchanging more words, he'd throw himself against Goku AF. So both would exchange thousands of blows all over the planet Earth, and their powers were so great that the battle would spread throughout Universe 7, being seen by God Beerus and Whis. This is the power of Son Goku, and apparently he's fighting at his maximum power. But I'm surprised that he's fighting again, since a few hours ago we returned from planet Earth. He wasn't fighting with anyone. That's right, Mr. Beerus, it's very strange, but even with the rival he's facing, he doesn't have the divine energy, and that he will be able to force Mr. Goku to use all his power. It's incredible. He must be a super warrior. Their battle would cause catastrophes all in Universe 7, so instantly both would take a distance. I'll ask you something. How about we fight on a desolate planet so not to cause destruction on the other planets, since I can tell you don't possess evil power? That's exactly what I was going to tell you, because our powers weren't able to destroy everything around us. Both warriors would leave to an inhospitable planet, which both would resume their incredible battle. But since the longer the battle went on, Goku would take a little advantage over Goku AF, since the pressure of being much more powerful than Vegeta was able to limit him a little more in his speed. And because of this, he was able to dodge and give him much more blows. Your power is amazing! You've been able to beat Vegeta, but you won't be able to do anything against me! Don't get excited, because I still have a lot more power left in this transformation, and if in case you're still more powerful, I have one more transformation. What? Do you have more powerful transformations? I can't believe all the power you possess. This will be so much fun! Goku AF would expel more power, being able to crack space itself, and he would realize with his staff he was able to neutralize each of the cracks caused by the power of Goku AF. While the whole Universe 7 shook a little, this time Goku AF would use all the power of Super Saiyan 4. I'm ready, so you better get ready. I'm always ready, so attack me whenever you want. This incredible power would resume completely, but on this occasion Goku AF was able to overcome Goku in a great way, being able to grant him some blows that caused great damage while throwing up lots of blood. What's going on? Is that all your power? I thought you were much more powerful. I hadn't had the need to use my last transformation. Goku AF would hold Goku by the hair, dragging him all over the planet, creating great chaos by his passage, while Goku's power on this occasion began to decrease considerably, and this would be noticed by all the deities. Whis, this is amazing. Goku's power began to decrease in an accelerated way. That means his enemy's been able to completely overcome him. Indeed, Mr. Beerus, the enemy's power must overcome him in a great way. As for Mr. Goku's power to decrease at this speed, Whis, it's time to come to the battlefield. Both deities would come quickly to the battlefield, while for his part, Goku would stand up with multiple wounds all over his body, and internal bruises as well as too much blood spreading around him. It's time to leave it here. They've made me use the maximum power of Super Saiyan 4, and that's been able to give me great happiness, since I had hundreds of years that I did not use any of my transformations, since no one was able to force me to use them. Goku AF would start approaching Goku, who had his gaze lowered, but the instant he observed him, an incredible heat would be released all around him, which Goku AF would take a little distance quickly. What is that incredible heat that's releasing your whole body? I can't believe it. Did he just also hide one more transformation? Goku's eyes would turn a silvery color, while much more powerful heat would spread all around him. While instantly an incredible aura would rise to the top of the planet, it could be seen that Goku would access Ultra Instinct maximum power, a state that Goku AF had never seen before. What's this transformation? Unlike the transformations before, this time I feel like my body's burning from the heat emanating from him. But all the heat and power would enter Goku's body, so instantly Goku would observe him with a very serious look. And without Goku AF being able to do something against him, he would grant him thousands of blows all over his body, sending him flying very badly injured. Ugh, that hurt me too much. What happened? I wasn't able to see anything. Its speed is something that even reflects the Super Saiyan 4 that aren't able to follow. Goku AF would stand up, but at the moment, one knee would touch the ground because each of Goku's blows had caused incredible damage. So instantly, too much blood would expel from Goku AF's body. Now, the damage has been able to generate from me incredible. I can't believe all the damage he's caused me. The battle would take an unexpected turn because on this occasion, Goku AF was not able to do anything, while Goku dodged with great elegance and hit key points, which caused incredible damage to his enemy. Goku, with a powerful kick, was able to send him to the planet, creating a larger crater around. You're an admirable warrior. You forced me to use the power beyond the gods, and it's something you have to be proud of. I haven't been defeated yet because, as I told you a few moments ago, I still have more power, and this time I'll use my most powerful transformation. For their part, Beerus and Whis was able to reach the battlefield, prostrating themselves on the top of the planet, observing everything that happened. Apparently, the new warrior has appeared with no bad intentions, but his heart is purely identical to Son Goku's, so I could tell they're having a little training battle. In that case, there's no problem in that I thought a new enemy had appeared all over Universe 7, but I'm surprised Goku's been able to access the Ultra Instinct again. Apparently he'll be able to master it in no time. Indeed, Mr. Beerus, Mr. Goku will be able to master the Ultra Instinct in a short period of time, so you should train so that you won't be surpassed. Goku AF at that moment would stand up, he'd clench his fists, and that's right, Goku AF would access the most powerful transformation. This time, the Universe 7 was shaking in an incredible way, so much so that this time Goku's gaze had completely changed. The power he possesses is amazing. Even with Ultra Instinct, I don't know if I'd be able to beat him, as his power seems to have no limit. The power of the Goku AF would continue to grow while his red fur would turn white color. That's right, Goku AF would begin to access Super Saiyan 5, which this time an incredible pressure was spreading throughout the universe. The incredible power of Goku AF would expand throughout the Universe 7, a power that would even make the god Beerus shudder, because it was an extremely gigantic power. After a few minutes, the imposing Super Saiyan 5 could be observed. Sorry for the delay, but I'm not really used to using this transformation. That's why I delay in accessing my most powerful state. Wow, you don't possess the power of a god, but the power you possess is amazing. I even dare to say that you could beat most of the gods with some difficulty. I don't know who the hell the gods you talk about so much will be, but at this very moment I want to check all your power, so get ready. Goku AF at a great speed rushed against Goku, but to his surprise Goku, thanks to the Ultra Instinct, was able to dodge the powerful blow that Goku AF had attacked him. Goku, without missing that gap, would try to connect a big blow, but the reaction speed of the Super Saiyan 5 was incredible, so much that he was able to dodge the blow that Goku had tried to grant. Instantly, both were observed starting with their incredible battle, while Beerus and Whis watched intently. It's amazing how a being, despite not possessing the external energy of the gods, is able to reach these limits. I'm sure he's much more powerful than the mortal Jiren. I agree with you, and he's way more powerful than the mortal Jiren. That means he's able to defeat all the gods. Mr. Beerus, you really should start training, since very powerful beings are appearing in our universe. If that warrior is able to access the status of a Saiyan god, I'm sure his power would resemble the power of an angel. Damn, Wes, you know I hate the most is training, but I know you're right, so for tomorrow, I'll join the training with Goku and Vegeta. On the other hand, that great battle was beginning to lean in favor of Goku AF, because on this occasion, Goku AF was able to 100% control his Super Saiyan 5 transformation, unlike Goku, who was not able to master the Ultra Instinct 100%, so his power began to decrease with the course of the battle, of which he had noticed. Damn, I have to end this battle once and for all, because otherwise I'll lose, although I don't know how to beat him since his power is not decreased at all. Concentrate, that we're fighting. Goku AF with an incredible speed was able to hold him by the head, destroying everything in his path. That's right, Goku, despite using all his power to try to get loose, Goku AF completely surpassed him in physical strength, since the Super Saiyan 5 concentrated a large part of the Ozaru power, so each of his punches and attacks were much more powerful and destructive. Goku AF with a kick was able to send him flying a few meters, leaving him on the ground very badly injured and vomiting large amounts of blood. That hurt me too much, but I won't let you defeat me so easily. In this fist, I put all my remaining power, and I know that you're powerful enough not to die with my ultimate technique. Hey Whis, what technique are you talking about? Perhaps he was able to create a new technique in the state of Ultra Instinct. Even I don't know, Mr. Beerus, so this will be an amazing thing to see. I'll allow you to gather the necessary power for you to throw your technique, since apparently you have a lot of confidence in your ultimate technique. Heh. You are very powerful, but he wants to see how you'll be able to stop my special technique. Goku's power would accumulate in his fist, which was capable of causing destruction around him. As hundreds of rays spread throughout the battlefield, Goku, having collected enough power, would stare at him. This is my ultimate technique, Supreme Dragon Strike! An incredible silver dragon had emerged from Goku's fist, so with a great power it began to head towards Goku AF, which was very surprised. While the technique was approaching it, it would say, "Oh, I really am only in a different timeline. Or rather in an alternate dimension, since in my timeline, we never got such transformations. But this warrior is me from another dimension." Goku AF would channel a large part of his power in the same way in his right fist. So Goku's dragon being a few meters away from impacting with Goku AF, this would give a big smile. Hey Whis, what are you planning to do? If he receives that attack, he'll die. No matter how restrained he is, I'm sure that technique's capable of ending the life of any of the 12 gods of destruction. I don't know, Mr. Beerus, but I doubt that individual will die, as the confidence he shows is amazing, so he must have it as up his sleeve. But from the fist of Goku AF in the same way, an incredible dragon would arise. So at the moment, both dragons began to collide with great intensity, leaving the deities surprised, but the most surprised was Goku. How's this possible? That's my Dragon Punch! I'm also able to use the Dragon Punch, so let's see who comes out victorious. Both dragons would collide with a great power, but the more the clash of attacks went on, Goku began to fall to his knees, because the power he used was wearing. Damn, I can't lose, because if I combine that attack hits me, I'll die. Goku would try to focus much more energy on his attack, but his body would instantly collapse, due to the excess energy. That's right, an incredible combined attack would be directed towards Goku, however, being a few centimeters from hitting him, Goku AF would teleport in front of him, and with an incredible expulsion of his energy, he was able to disintegrate the combined attack. Ugh! The bones of my entire arm has been completely destroyed. Apparently the combined power is much more lethal. However, at that precise moment, an incredible pressure would fall on his entire body, a pressure that exceeded Goku's by dozens of times. So much so that on this occasion, his speed had decreased. What the hell? Where does this great pressure come from? It's much more than the one that Goku of this dimension. It was about Beerus, who was increasing his power to 80%, with which he was able to bend Goku AF a little, because he wasn't releasing 100% of all his power in his most powerful transformation. You, tell us who you are. Apparently you've got the required power to face warriors who reach the level of the gods. I'm only Goku, only I come from a very different dimension, Since I was training in the kingdom of the celestial dragons, and a big gap opened in my dimension, and as I approached, I was transported to this dimension. Well, that is very rare to see, since the travel between timelines, although it is forbidden, is even more frequent than people think. But the travel between dimensions is that of 1 in a million. And I can tell that you've been able to fight Son Goku Ultra Instinct. So tell me, how are you able to fight against a god? I'd love to tell you, but at the moment I'm not 100% of my abilities, so it'd be impossible for me to keep up with him. Don't worry about that. My angel's able to heal every one of your wounds and leave 100% of all your power. In that case, it's great to me. I want to measure myself with the power of a god of destruction, since in my dimension I've never heard of them. Whis, with his staff, was able to heal each of Goku AF's wounds, so they both took a little distance while Goku AF would expel much more of his power. I hope you're prepared, as I've got great expectations of your power. Beerus at a great speed rushed against him, but the incredible blow was blocked by the forearm of his enemy, and instantly they began to exchange millions of blows throughout Universe 7. Since the presence of Whis, each of the planets were safe, and in the same way, Whis would heal all the wounds of Goku. My body hurts too much. I feel like 1,000 planets have fallen on me. I can't move in the slightest. It's normal, Mr. Goku, because apparently the Goku of that dimension has much more physical strength, because in the short time he's been fighting with Mr. Beerus, his power is incredible. Is Mr. Beerus fighting with that powerful one? That's right, Mr. Goku, but don't worry, as both of you possess incredible resistance. The battle of both warriors would spread throughout each corner of Universe 7, but even though Beerus was the one who hit the most, his fist did not do so much damage. On the body of Goku AF, it seemed his skin was that of an incredible Zaru, since the damage that the god caused him was minimal. Unlike Goku AF, who was not able to hit him so much, but the few blows that he was able to give him caused incredible damage, and in an oversight, Goku was able to hold him by his tail, making multiple laps around the Universe 7, and with a great power was able to send it to the planet, destroying it completely. The power you show is amazing, although you really leave me surprised since none of the celestial dragons are able to compare with your power. Beerus, while standing up in a rage, would expel too much blood, which would make him much angrier. I don't care where the hell you came from. I'm planning to beat you up since I don't let this humiliation pass. A simple Saiyan can't beat a god. Beerus, much more annoyed, would expel 100% of his power, with which his power as well as his speed had increased in an incredible way. That's right, since by using all his power, each of his attributes would be raised to the maximum, so he'd begin to grant millions of blows all over Goku AF's body, and being millions of blows in the same place, he would begin to cause him much more damage. Goku AF would try to hold him with his incredible physical strength, but Beerus with a great speed would move to one side of Goku AF, hitting him back the same, sending it to a planet, completely destroying it. You possess great power as well as incredible stamina, so I'm sure this simple attack won't be able to end your life. Ball of Destruction! A large sphere of energy would begin to approach Goku AF, who, with all his incredible opposing, would stand up and would likewise begin to carry an incredible attack in his hands. And the Ball of Destruction being a few meters away, Goku AF would throw his incredible attack. Due to this, an incredible clash would begin to take place between both warriors. However, despite the fact that Beerus possesses much more power, Goku AF was able to withstand it, since his resistance was incredible, but after a few minutes that his attacks collided, an incredible explosion would be generated, starting to exchange many more blows all over the place. But this time, the power of Goku AF began to decrease little by little, which Beerus would notice, as the power of his fist began to fall gradually, taking advantage of it to end the fight with a big blow to his head, making him fall to the ground completely out of combat. I must admit that the power this guy possesses is incredible, but apparently he really is Goku from another dimension since he returned to his base state. While Beerus was walking back, he would also fall out of combat, because he had serious wounds all over his body. Well, apparently even Mr. Beerus has been left in a terrible state. Apparently the Goku of that dimension is very powerful. Whis, please let go of planet Earth. Vegeta must be very badly injured, as he was the first one I fight against that version of mine. Well, of course, Mr. Goku, right now we're leaving for planet Earth. Whis, along with the other warriors, had left for planet Earth, which on the Prince of the Saiyans had already recovered completely thanks to the god of the earth, so when he arrived, Whis with his staff would heal the wounds of Beerus and Goku AF, who woke up with severe headaches and joints. Ugh, that hurt me too much. So that's the power of the gods of destruction. After all, I have to keep getting much more powerful. Apparently, it doesn't matter what dimension or timeline it is. Goku will always be a very powerful warrior. Whis, please give us much more intense workout. I don't want to stay behind another Kakarot. I plan to become much more powerful. Mr. Whis, please, you can train me. I want to become much more powerful, and you are the master of my counterpart in Vegeta. Of course, because if there's any danger, there will be 3 super warriors who'll be able to face all over Universe 7. So don't worry. All the warriors would leave for the planet of Beerus to begin with their great training. Meanwhile, in the palace of the great Zeno-sama, Daishinkan would come to the call of his king, because he had requested his presence. Tell me, my lord, how can I help you? I'm really bored. How about we organize another tournament of power again? That seems great to me, my lord, but this time we can give you 2 months of time so that you'll be able to become much more powerful, and the battles will be more entertaining. What do you think, my lord? I think it's great, Daishinkan. Yes. I already want you to inform the other gods. Alright, my lord, at this very moment, I will start communicating with the other gods to give them the respective rules. But before that, let's do an exhibition battle, just like last time since I really feel very bored. Okay, my lord. What universe do you want to do this? I'd like it to be between Universe 6 and 7, because the legendary assassin called Hit also has some amazing techniques. It's okay, my lord, don't worry. Daishinkan, with his great mental power, was able to communicate with each of the gods and angels, informing them of the new tournament of power, as well as the exhibition battle that would take place in approximately 2 days. All the gods were surprised and terrified to know that the new tournament of power would take place. I don't know why I feel so nervous. If we have the most powerful warriors. Mr. Beerus, what's wrong with you? I can tell you've been feeling very tense lately. What happens is that the mighty Zeno-sama has organized a new tournament of power. Tournament of power? What's it about? And who's Zeno-sama? Zeno-sama is the most powerful existence in all the 12 universes. No one's above him, and the tournament is about a pitched battle between 10 warriors of each universe. The warrior who remains at the end gets the Super Dragon Balls. Super Dragon Balls? In my dimension, I've never heard of those. Only the Great Dragon Balls, but the Super Dragon Balls, never. They're the most powerful balls, so in 2 days they will have an exhibition tournament against Universe 6, in which you'll be able to understand the rules. This will be a lot of fun. So after so long, I'll be able to train Jiren again. And this time, the power of the Ultra Ego I'll be able to achieve, and I'll be able to give them a beating to damn Topo. It's something new for me. It looks interesting. For this part, the Great Priest, with his power, was able to make an exhibition tournament, as well as the god to observe the battle between the universes of 6 and 7. A large platform had been created in an inhospitable place of all the 12 universes. Just like the first tournament, it wasn't a platform that resisted much. On the other hand, returning to the other universes, the gods were going to call Daishinkan, while on the other hand, the god Champa with Vados, with a great speed, would recruit 3 warriors of the most powerful of the Universe 6. Yes, sir, yes. We have to summon Hit, Frost, and a Saiyan. What do you think, Vados? If we make the Saiyans merge again, and with the help of your Bakulo, we'll manage to take the fusion last 1 year. I think it's an excellent idea, Mr. Champa, since they both participated in the last tournament, but if they participate from outside the tournament, we can win 1 more place. Great, in that case, we have to order the clays, so that both Saiyans will be able to merge again. At this very moment, my lord, both deities came to Keo-sama of Universe 6, so that both Saiyans were able to merge again. At the moment, they went to the planet of the Saiyans, which, when they got there, they were surprised to realize 3 gigantic powers on the planet Saldala. They were the only Saiyans who possessed the power of a god. Vados, were my senses functioning properly? The essence that's felt to that god, were they able to achieve the state of a god? Their senses work correctly since the 3 Saiyans in that location have the essence of a god. Apparently, this tournament will be much more interesting. The deities got there quickly, to which the 3 powers of energy were, but there was a castle, so to enter it, they had to face multiple soldiers who rushed Champa. But being a god of destruction, he was able to defeat them, prostrating himself in front of a big blue door, in which an incredible essence spreads all over the place. The essence that liberates this place is amazing. I even feel my whole body's shaking completely.
I agree with you, Mr. Champa, because the essence that's felt is of the highest level. I could say with certainty that this essence is capable of overcoming a god.
A big explosion would cause in the main hall because a warrior had increased his power because hundreds of soldiers were humiliated as if they were just worms. Champa, without being able to see anything, was able to be held by the neck with an incredible power. He wasn't able to move because the power with which the war was strangling him was amazing. Who the hell are you? Having the divine energy, I don't have many doubts since you must be one of the gods, but your power's pathetic.
Akuma-sama, please release him! He's Champa-sama, the god of our universe! Please spare his life, because if he's come to this place, it's important.
Akuma, with a little fury, would release him, falling out of the outer part of the castle, generating a small explosion. However, Champa would be furious, releasing 100% of his power, and with his max speed, he rushed against Akuma, who with a big smile would get in front of Champa and not moving at all. Strike with all your might. It'll be the only blow I'll allow you to grant me. Champa's fist would hit Akuma's chest, generating a huge explosion all over the place, because the power which hit him was on another level. But at that moment, the smoke dissipated and you could see a large quantity that fell to the ground. But the surprise was much greater for Vados when he realized that it was Champa which released all that blood, since his arm had been completely destroyed, colliding with the chest of the king of the planet Saldala. Maybe that's all your power? You really are a simple worm. You're useless. If I wanted, I'd end your existence of becoming a new god.
Champa-sama, how are you feeling? We're sorry for everything that happened, only that Akuma-sama take care of all the Saiyans on this planet. Exactly, and when you entered beating every warrior who stood in front of you, our king got angry, but he's not a bad person. I apologize on behalf.
Vados would heal Champa, who'd stand up in his gaze of an incomparable terror, because the power which had hit him was 100%, and he wasn't able to do anything to him. I'm sorry, I apologize for hitting all your soldiers, but we need your strength, since the mighty king of all Zeno-sama has decided to do another tournament.
Another tournament? Well, this will be interesting. I will be able to show the useless Goku how powerful I can become.
When this tournament you're asking is in place, since if it's in this moment, I have several matters to attend to, so it'd be impossible for me to go. Don't worry, the Tournament of Power will be held in 2 months, but right now we need the fusion of Kale and Khalifa, as an exhibition tournament will be held. Understand for the Tournament of Power? Of course I'll be. Count me in. And an apology to the authority of this universe, I'll exalt myself for my people. Don't worry, it's something completely understandable.
At this time, without merging, so now I'll start the fun, since at the end of the Tournament of Power we hadn't had a good battle. Both Saiyans with the clays were able to merge, but the power they released was incredible. Wow, this power is amazing, because after so long, Khalifa and Kale's power has increased in an amazing way. I feel invincible. Indeed, the power that Khalifa was able to release is incredible. It's the level of any god of destruction. I already want to crush those bugs from the exhibition tournament.
I'm sending a powerful warrior, so I'm sure Universe 6 exhibition tournament will win. It's time to leave, Vados. We have to recruit Frost and hit the killer. The trio of warriors would leave to contact their 2 warriors. Meanwhile, returning to Universe 7, the warriors that would represent this universe in the exhibition tournament would be Goku AF, Goku, and Vegeta. There's nothing to be afraid of, because with the power of these 3 warriors, we'll be able to clinch a victory in the Tournament of Power.
Mr. Beerus, you better not trust yourself, because otherwise we may be eliminated. Because at the end of the Tournament of Power, each of your gods, I train their warriors, so I don't doubt they have the same power. I understand that, Wisp, but we'll never be able to compare with Son Goku's power, much less the power of his counterpart. Not to say that Vegeta's been able to fully master the energy of a god of destruction. What makes me angry is that I'm not able to access the divine energy yet. I can't imagine what my transformations will be like if I mix them with the energy of a god. You don't have to worry about that. When it's the day of the Tournament of Power, I'm sure you'll be able to control all the energy of a god. I want to see who's our enemies in this exhibition tournament. It's really impatient, too. We'd better leave now so we won't be late. Okay, it's Mr. Goku who will perform on the platform now. Beerus, with everyone else on the contestant exhibition tournament, would take to the destination of the platform, which once they got there, Goku AF would feel how incredible it was all over the place. But I was surprised to realize the incredible aura of both kings as a whole,
because their training with the Celestial Dragons were able to teach them to see the size of the aura of the enemy, even though he is in my whole body this time, because of the aura of the guys who are on top of this whole platform. So they're the most powerful warriors in this dimension.
Gods and angels, I thank you for your presence today, in which the exhibition tournament will be held before the authentic tournament.
I hope that today the battles will be dazzling like those in the last occasion, and that in the Tournament of Power, it'll be much more entertaining. Hehe.
You already heard the great Zeno-sama. So at this time, the exhibition tournament will be held between the universe of Zeno-sama's best friend. That's right, Universe 7 against 6. My first warrior will be Frost, the demon of the cold. Frost would enter in his final form. However, the power he emanated was incredible, while he had also opted for much smaller appearance to Frieza. Mr. Beerus, I want to defeat that cheater who was in our tournament, was able to eliminate several of us with his poison.
From our universe, he'll be the Prince of the Saiyans, Vegeta. Vegeta would go down to the platform, which at that moment both warriors stared at each other.
Ho ho ho! This time I plan to finish you, because if you die there is no problem, because this is not the Tournament of Power.
Frost at a great speed would pounce against Vegeta, but to surprise Vegeta with his agility was able to dodge his blows. With incredible precision, he would irate Frost much more, which would retreat a few meters.
Apparently you've also become much more powerful, but no matter how much power you've increased, since I am a prodigy, you won't be able to defeat me. That warrior looks a lot like Frieza from the dimension I came from. Heh, don't worry, there's also a Frieza in this dimension, and they're identical.
I really thought you'd be much more powerful, but you're still the same trash before. I'll annihilate you right now.
Damn, I don't want to have to go maximum on you. I want to save it for the damn Frieza who was able to betray me.
Frost would clench his fist, destroying everything around him. While everything began to shake, Frost was accessing a new transformation where his body was beginning to turn golden. But the power he released was more than Frieza's, because this time Frost had 100% control of the energy wherein said transformation.
What do you think of it? Even if I have the same transformation appearance as Frieza's asshole, I'm able to control 100% of it. So transform yourself, because I won't give you another chance.
You don't need mercy, but if you want it so much, I'll grant you the pleasure. Although with you, I don't have to even use my goddess and Saiyan.
Vegeta would expel a huge power being immortal, but his hair was starting to grow in a great way. So after a few minutes, Vegeta would be seen in Super Saiyan 3.
As I've told you, I don't need the power of a god with you, insect.
I swear I'll kill you, you worm.
Frost, pissed off, would pounce against Vegeta, but as surprising as it seemed, Vegeta was able to dodge those blows because his power was growing in a huge way in his base state. Each of his transformations would be enhanced with an overwhelming power. While Vegeta dodged those blows, it'd provoke him more.
Is that all? You really train? Since your power is still the power of a simple worm. Your power is nothing apart from me, so you better do something else.
Vegeta with a powerful blow to his stomach would send him to the platform, destroying a little on the outside. Frost would try to stand up, but a single blow from the Prince of the Saiyans was powerful enough to leave him in a horrible condition, as his body expelled a large amount of blood.
You better give up, because if you get back on your feet, I won't have mercy on you.
Although he did get to his feet, after taking a few steps, he'd fall out of combat because his body wasn't able to withstand such a blow.
Frost from Universe 6 has been eliminated, so the first round is won by Vegeta from Universe 7.
Damn, I thought Frost with his great training would be able to beat him. Will Beerus' warriors be more powerful than mine? For its part, he was thoughtful while he watched the two Gokus. Only one of them had green clothes somewhat different from Goku he knew.
The real problem is the Son Goku I know, because as far as I can tell, the other Goku does not have any divine energy.
In that case, please let the warriors of the second round move to the platform.
Kefla, without preamble, would go down while aiming at Goku.
I want to fight with you because I want to show you all the power I've been able to get. This time I will beat you. Heh, Mr. Beerus, in the second round I'll fight Kefla, since I'm sure that my other self will be able to beat Hit. I trust him.
Goku would go down, but without Daishinkan starting the fight, Kefla rushed him, who, with a little effort, was able to block his blow. However, his arm became numb. Regardless, both would begin to exchange thousands of blows all over the platform. After a few minutes, both would take a little distance.
Kefla's powers increased in an incredible way, but I'm able to defeat her. I'll be using my legendary status right now, so I want to see what you could do.
Kefla had an incredible scream, accessed the legendary Super Saiyan, which would lash out against Goku. Goku would access the Super Saiyan Blue max power, combining with his Kaioken increased 50 times. At the first clash of the fists, the platform was destroyed. Then Daishenka with his great power teleported everyone to a distant planet to continue the battle.
I never thought the mortals would be able to reach these extremes. On this planet, they can use all their power without any problem.
The battle would be very balanced, however Kefla's power was incredible, which began to corner Goku a little. Kefla would move at a great speed.
This battle is mine!
Kefla would execute her last blow, putting all the energy on her fist. However, Goku was dodging it, but over the place an incredible heat was perceived. While her eyes could observe, that's right, Goku had access to the imperfect Ultra Instinct, which he would observe Kefla.
It's time to end this battle!
Goku, with a few blows to her vital points, knocked her out of combat.
The second round is the victory of Son Goku belonging to Universe 7.
Damn, I thought I had a lot more hidden power.
Mr. Champa, don't worry, since Miss Kefla, I don't use her divine energy. Apparently, she doesn't want the other gods to know her power. For that same reason, Mr. Goku didn't use the maximum power of the Ultra Instinct.
The last two fighters of their respective universes passed to the platform.
Goku F would come down to the platform, as would Hit. Both would stare at each other with purple rays scattered all over the battlefield.
This battle is apparently very interesting. I'll have to access Super Saiyan 4 at once, since the power of my enemy completely overshadows me.
Goku would access Super Saiyan 4, beginning to shake the entire planet where they were, leaving everyone surprised.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.